We often underestimate the power of thought. Yet the truth remains. We become what we think about, most of the time. This is the foundational idea behind the 30-day challenge, a journey that begins with mastering your thoughts and ends in life transformation. Every day, our minds are cluttered with doubt, fear, and distractions. But if we intentionally shift our focus from worry to possibility, from fear to purpose, our lives begin to change from the inside out. Writing down a clear, specific goal and carrying it with you is more than a motivational trick. It's a reprogramming tool. It trains your brain to see opportunities aligned with your goal and creates a consistent internal reminder of what truly matters. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but it only works in your favor when you direct it with purpose. Over the next 30 days, if you allow yourself to think only about what you want to become, you plant a mental seed. And with consistent faith and action, you'll grow that seed into real-world success. This is more than a challenge. It's a rewiring of who you are becoming. The true obstacle to personal greatness is not external, it's internal. Our limitations are rarely defined by the world around us, but rather by the boundaries we've unconsciously accepted in our own minds. The second core message of the 30-day challenge is this: most of your limitations are self-imposed, and your potential is far greater than you've been led to believe. This is a call to liberate your mind from outdated fears, narrow beliefs, and inherited doubt. If you were taught to settle, to stay small, or to believe that others get to define success for you, this is your moment to break free. Within you is a mind designed not just to survive, but to soar. And when you allow your imagination to operate without limits, when you let it explore what could be, rather than just what is, you begin the process of becoming more. You're not here to be a carbon copy of others. You're here to rise beyond the noise, prejudice, and mediocrity that keep most people asleep to their own power. This 30-day experiment is not just about discipline. It's about awakening. It's about realizing that the world you experience is shaped first by the world you believe in. So let go of excuses. Let go of mental chains. Replace every "I can't" with a courageous "what if I could?" And watch how doors begin to open. Every great transformation starts with a choice to think differently. This is your chance to step outside the limits of who you've been and step into the unlimited possibility of who you could become. Let your thoughts expand, your goals clarify, and your life elevate. You are far more capable than you've ever dared to admit, and now is the time to prove it. One of the most powerful principles from the 30-day challenge is this: clarity plus courage equals transformation. It's not enough to wish for change. You must define it, pursue it, and protect it. That starts with setting a clear, specific, and emotionally charged goal. Not a vague dream, but a crystal-clear destination that energizes your thoughts, guides your decisions, and calls you forward. Most people wander aimlessly through life, not because they lack ambition, but because they never took the time to decide where they truly want to go. This challenge demands more. It asks you to write that goal down on a card and carry it with you every day, not just as a reminder, but as a declaration. This small act signals to your subconscious that your mission matters. Every time you look at it, you're reinforcing intention over distraction, focus over noise. But clarity is only half the equation. The second piece is courage. Specifically, the courage to believe in that goal even when circumstances look bleak. The courage to keep thinking positively, even when fear creeps in. To hold the image of your future, even when the present offers no guarantees. This kind of courage isn't loud or dramatic. It's quiet, consistent, and often invisible to others. But it's what separates those who drift from those who rise. Every day for 30 days, You're being asked to train your mind to align with your goal. That means when doubt appears, you counter it. When fear surfaces, you face it. When laziness whispers, you act anyway. It also means imagining multiple paths to your goal, letting your mind explore creative solutions. The human brain thrives on direction. Give it a challenge, and it will work on it in the background, even as you sleep. Over time, you'll notice your identity beginning to shift. You'll no longer be someone who just wants things. You'll become someone who builds things. That shift alone is priceless. So write the goal, protect the goal, and let your thoughts orbit around it with faith and fire. It's not magic, it's mental alignment, and it's how every life-changing journey begins. With a mind that dares to believe and a heart that refuses to quit.
One of the most overlooked yet transformative principles in the 30-day challenge is this: act as though it were impossible to fail. These 10 simple words, popularized by Dorothea Brand, carry the weight of a complete psychological reprogramming. When you behave as if failure isn't even on the table, your mind stops creating excuses and starts generating solutions. Most people operate with one foot in and one foot out. They set goals but constantly prepare to retreat. This test flips that logic. It asks you to commit fully, to show up every single day not with hesitation, but with conviction. Because when you remove the safety net of doubt, you activate levels of clarity, energy, and resourcefulness you didn't even know you had.
The challenge is not about temporary motivation. It's about identity shift. You begin to embody a person who acts with certainty, who no longer needs to feel ready to begin. Whether you're a teacher, a salesperson, a creator, or a homemaker, the challenge is the same. Show up like your success is inevitable. Give more than you're used to giving. Do your work with care and pride. Speak and move as someone whose outcome is already written. Over time, this mindset alters your baseline behavior. You stop waiting for the right mood, the perfect conditions, or outside validation. Instead, your life starts flowing from purpose, not pressure. It's not a performance, it's a practice. Every time you override fear with action, you hardwire confidence. Every time you resist the temptation to give up, you prove to yourself that you are more than your emotions. By the end of the 30 days, you'll no longer be someone trying to change. You'll be someone who has already begun the transformation. The results? Unmistakable. Unstoppable. Unforgettable. At the heart of the 30-day test lies one powerful truth. You become what you think about. This idea isn't just poetic. It's backed by centuries of philosophy and modern neuroscience. Your dominant thoughts shape your identity, filter your perception, and influence your actions. So the question becomes, what have you been thinking about? Is your mind filled with doubt, fear, distractions? Or is it laser-focused on a goal that truly matters to you? The 30-day challenge calls for radical mental discipline. It invites you to choose a single, clearly defined goal, write it down, and think about it consistently, multiple times a day. Why? Because repetition builds belief, and belief transforms behavior. The purpose of this practice isn't just about achieving external results. It's about installing a new operating system in your brain. When you focus daily on your goal, with a cheerful, confident attitude, your subconscious begins to accept it as reality. You start noticing opportunities, acting with greater clarity, and making decisions that align with your vision. This is the law of cause and effect in action. Consistent, intentional thinking creates consistent, intentional results. You're also taught to guard your thoughts with discipline. Anytime a negative or fearful thought appears, replace it immediately with the image of your goal. This mental exercise builds resilience. You're not suppressing reality. You're choosing which version of reality you want to reinforce. The more you think about abundance, confidence, and purpose, the more your life begins to reflect it. It's not magic, it's mindset. By the end of 30 days, your mind won't just be focused, it'll be fortified. And with it, a new version of you will emerge, clear, confident, and committed to building the life you once only imagined. This is how lasting transformation begins, from the inside out. Our lives are shaped not by circumstance, but by consistent thought and action. The core message is simple. You become what you think about. This means your dominant thoughts, whether positive or negative, create your reality. If you focus daily on fear, lack, or doubt, that's what you'll see and attract. But if you consciously focus on a clear goal, think about it every day, and act toward it with discipline, your life begins to transform. This principle applies to everyone, from the busy parent to the career professional, because it puts responsibility back in your hands. The 30-day test isn't about luck or motivation. It's about building mental resilience, emotional clarity, and intentional habits. When you learn to replace fear with faith, distractions with direction, and worry with purposeful action, you start living differently. The idea is not just to wish for a better life, but to train your mind to create it. In a world full of noise and anxiety, this message is a powerful reminder. Your thoughts are your blueprint, your actions are the bricks, and 30 days of focus can build a new foundation for the rest of your life.